Welcome to Financial Journeys. My name is Krishna. I am 17 years old. You may have heard the ancient story of the man who was awarded a wish by the king. This man placed a single grain of rice on the first cube of a chessboard and said that he will take double the number of grains every subsequent cube for all the 64 cubes of the chessboard. The king almost laughed at the request of the man, saying why would he make such a dumb request when he had the choice for asking virtually anything. The king noticed that even at the 10th cube, there were only 512 grains of rice, which would not be even like 10 grams in weight. After some rough calculations, the king's advisor walked in saying that by the end of the chessboard, the total amount of rice required would be worth more than the value of their kingdom as a whole. In case you are wondering, the total amount of rice required would be worth more than 461 billion tons, a heap of which would be larger than the Mount Everest itself. This story perfectly resembles the power of compounding. But no matter how great it sounds, it is impractical. Like, not in the sense of why would he ask for rice when he could ask for something like gold. More in the context of 200% of return annually over a 64-year period. That is outrightly absurd. Like Peter Lynch, the greatest mutual fund manager of all time, gave an annualized return of 29%. Warren Buffett gave an annualized return of 20% over a period of 50 years. And Jim Simons, termed as the greatest wealth maker of all time, gave an annualized return of 66% over a 30-year period. All I want to say is that this story sounds like a 25 दिन में पैसा double kind of a scheme.
जोर जोर से बोल के लोगों को स्कीमें बता दे.
But compounding is a genuine formula, or as Albert Einstein concluded, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. And what can I say, he couldn't have been truer. So compound interest in the literal sense is interest on interest plus principal. So with an example, in simple interest, a 10% return on 1 lakh rupees over a period of 10 years would be worth 2 lakh rupees. While in compound interest, the same amount over the same period and return would be worth more than 2,70,000 rupees. I will give you another example to really understand this concept. I have created a table demonstrating 10,000 rupees compounded at various rates of interest over different periods of time. Do not skip or overlook this table. I recommend you to take a minute, pause this video and closely analyze the table. A return of 140 crores on just 10,000 rupees. I know that the 30% return over a period of 40 years sounds a little optimistic. But notice that the invested amount is just 10,000 rupees and there is not a single rupee of additional deposits or reinvested dividends. As a general rule of thumb, the larger the amount invested and the longer the duration of the investment, the more difficult it is to maintain a high rate of return. This is the reason why the returns of Warren Buffett and Peter Lynch may seem ordinary to some. If you would have bought a share of Eicher Motors at 150 rupees in 2008, you would have had a return of more than 18,000 times. Or an investment in Bajaj Finance just about 10 years ago when it was trading at 6 rupees per share would have given you a return of 40,000 times. The share price of Bajaj Finance now is over 2,500 rupees. I will give you an even better prospect. Instead of buying its biscuits, if you had bought the shares of Britannia back in 2003 when it was trading at rupees 50 per share, you would have seen a return well over 7,500% as Britannia share price just crossed 3,800 rupees. And these are just a few random examples. The list is simply endless. Now, to witness the power of compounding in real life, I would like to reproduce our earlier examples of Jim Simons and Warren Buffett. Jim Simons has had a much superior return to Warren Buffett, but there is a considerable difference between their net worths. Warren Buffett is the sixth richest person in the world with a net worth of over $100 billion, irrespective of making massive donations, often in the form of large stakes of shares of Berkshire Hathaway. And Jim Simons has a net worth of $25 billion, which is less than a quarter of Warren Buffett's net worth. Now, apart from some other reasons that I would love to cover in another video, one of the prime reasons why Warren Buffett is wealthier than Jim Simons is that Jim Simons began trading professionally in the stock markets just about 30 years back, whereas Warren Buffett has been investing professionally for over 50 years and for over 80 years as a retail investor. This is the power of compounding. The one who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Please check out our video on why start investing early, and if you want to start your journey of compounding, click on the link in the description box below to open a free Demat account with Angel One, formerly known as Angel Broking. Please hit the like button if you liked this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.